final thing that we're going to talk about today before we move into the Q&A session, make sure you're putting your questions in the chat, is increasing building sales. This is not the topic the direction that I think you expect me to go in, but it's a very crucial step. We've discussed goal setting and we've discussed growing your team. We've talked about how to increase your profit margins, and now we need to talk about how to increase the amount that you sell with just a few marketing strategies. Although social media is probably one of the first steps you take in promoting your business online, it's a much more complex task than simply creating a website and an Instagram. Over 75% of construction companies using social media to market themselves. It is much more difficult to get noticed by your target demographic. To keep that up, your company must put time and effort into a few key marketing methods that will help you grow your sales. Let's go through a few basic elements of marketing and branding to ensure that you are reaching your target market and increasing your revenue over time. Whether you're a contractor or a construction business owner, hopefully some of these concepts will inspire you to take a deeper dive into your own marketing efforts and critically think about how you can improve your sales. First off, you need to develop some content. What story are you telling your customers? What do people feel when they hear your name? I have help from Dior Designs for my marketing strategies, but there is a book called You Ask, They Answer by Marcus Sheridan that will get you moving in the right direction as well. Marcus started a fiberglass pool company in the US around 2005, I think. He suggests that you produce content daily. This will create a bank for future posts and maybe even a podcast if that's where you're led, or a video, right? Here's Still School. Start by answering the questions that your customers are asking. Even if you don't consider yourself tech savvy, you must have a social media for your business. To use it to connect with current clients and prospective clients and give them insight into what your business is all about. Give your followers helpful tips and how-tos to pique their interest and demonstrate that you are a specialist in your field. This is critical. Social media is an excellent platform for showcasing your projects, whether it's through pictures, infographics, short videos, or reviews on individual projects from clients. This is a content piece that I mentioned a moment ago. You can even implement giveaways. That encourages people to follow you, come to your store, or get a discount. Now, let's talk about your website and Google. A few good rules of thumb for your website are to consistently direct visitors to an action. Whether your call to action is contacting your office, filling out a form, requesting more information, requesting a quote, carefully consider the hierarchy of your website so these goals can be achieved. I recommend using StoryBrand for this. Additionally, your website should be easy to find with a quick Google search. In order to seem reputable, you can do a few things to optimize your position in Google search, such as adding resources and blogs to your site, keeping an eye on your site's speed, utilizing Google keywords and ads, and writing metadata descriptions for your site. This will allow potential customers to easily find you and identify your business as trustworthy. Something else that might increase your building sales is to create a set sales process. Define each stage of your process, from having an elevator pitch to transitioning website visitors to closed deals. You need a way to keep track of leads and get deals closed faster. Start by assessing your company's current performance indicators. Who are your prospective customers? What age, race, and other factors are involved in your sales process? What is the most common way for people to discover your company? How do you move a prospective customer from the beginning of the sales funnel to the end? Make sure to follow up consistently and keep track of each lead using a CRM. We use HubSpot. This might involve a discovery phone call, a quote or estimate, a follow-up meeting, or an automated cadence which we can discuss in a future date, and so on. Refine this method and figure out what procedures and lingo result in the most contracts signed. You're going to have to measure things to know where you need to improve. Your company's identity should be instantly recognized, and it should convey a sense of professionalism. This might go without saying, but take time to invest in your company's branding. I want to stress the importance of creating and sticking with your brand. Earlier, we discussed that sales is the only thing that actually generates income into your business, but you can't close sales without leads, and leads come from quality branding and marketing. Aspects of your brand communicate your value and allow you to tell potential customers who you are. Take this opportunity to create a unique and customized client-facing piece like a professional logo, color schemes, business cards, and websites. Documentation, such as contracts, proposals, brochures. Take the time, this is where an office manager can help you, or a virtual assistant, making everything uniform. You don't want to have blue business cards and gold logos. I mean, you want everything to fit streamlined. You want to use vector files. You want to use consistent color schemes. You want to use consistency. There we are. Staying consistent with your branding will allow future leads to recognize your business, making you seem trustworthy. So to summarize, while it may seem daunting, and it is, you can utilize social media and the internet to your advantage. Make your company known. Set yourself apart. Become the expert. Use content marketing to showcase your business and communicate that you know what you're talking about. Additionally, stay consistent with your branding and find workflows to push your leads through the sales funnel. I hope these tips help you start thinking about how you can holistically ramp up your marketing and branding efforts to close more deals and increase sales. I want to say thank you so much for joining me today, whether you're joining me live right now or if you're watching this on demand later. I'm so excited that I got to share this information with you. And I know it's a high-level webinar, but I am so excited that I got to speak to you today, and I hope you found it interesting and insightful. A lot of you probably have construction-related businesses that you can apply this information to. But even if you don't, a lot of the points we went through can be applied in different industries. I just want to wrap up everything we talked about today with a few actionable items. Set actionable goals, write them down, have next steps that are in your comfort zone, use the SMARTER framework. Increase profits by staying organized, know the tipping point of when you need to hire, and market your business online with consistent content and branding. I'm now going to open it up for any discussion or any questions. If you have a question about anything we talked about, please put in the QA feature within the Zoom. Or if you have any topics that you think need to be discussed further in a future Steel School or a blog, please put that in the chat as well. I'm here to answer your questions and help grow your business. Okay, question number 1. In section 3, I talk about increasing profit margins through organization and analysis. Are there any apps or software that I recommend to help automate the process, like inventory and billing? So for Metal Solutions, I utilize QuickBooks. I have used QuickBooks since 2012. It is a great resource. I don't have to manage any inventory in Metal Solutions, fortunately, because I own Bulldog as well. Bulldog, we use a little more complex system. We use a system called NetSuite. It is one of the top software companies in the nation. We didn't start out with NetSuite. In the goals that I talked about earlier, that is one of my goals, is to implement NetSuite fully by May 1st. So we currently use a system called ABIS or Adjutant. It's a pretty common steel inventory system. It's costly and not very user-friendly though. So we decided this year and set a budget to implement NetSuite, and so far we're working through that implementation. So I'm excited about that. Let's see. Second question, what social media platforms do I think are best for construction-related businesses? Why do I prefer these platforms? And how do I measure engagement with these platforms? Okay, so we use HubSpot first of all. And the way we use that is not really for social media necessarily, but it is, we still communicate through that. So my sales team gets a lead, enters them into HubSpot. Then from there, they move them down the funnel. If they're just a visitor to our website, or, you know, whatever the situation is, if they're a tire kicker, that's what I call them, they're just pricing things, they're not ready to buy, or if they are ready to buy, have their financing secured, whatever it looks like, I have a cadence set up. So if you are price shopping, I'm going to send you an email every 30 days, 50 days, you know, whatever that rhythm is. And in the email is going to just be a nurturing email. Hey, have you built your project yet? Are you still interested in it? Please give us a call if we can ever do anything for you. Your quote is expired, so we would need to re-quote it, or, you know, whatever that verbiage is. Then after the project's done, we send another little nurturing email. Hey, are you satisfied with your product? Hey, can you send us some pictures of your project? This is really great, you know, because when we do that, we have customers that send us, they did tan and copper. Well, then in my website, I can build out a portfolio of what these colors look like on actual buildings. So it's a win there. Then it's also a customer satisfaction survey. So I know, is my product standing up? Is my customer service where I want it to be? I said earlier, I talked about measuring things. This is important because if you're not measuring the right things, you're not able to grow in the right ways. As far as social media, we use Instagram and Facebook. And I think we're on a kind of a regular schedule. We have some impromptu posts that Tyler can make, our other sales teams can make, and we have several people with access if they want to go out in the shop and take a picture of a truck getting unloaded, or take a picture of Mac, our dog, you know, just with a little glove or something in his mouth. I mean, we have those impromptu things, but we also have scheduled posts where, hey, we have a new newsletter. Hey, did you know about this? Hey, this is something informative. Hey, this is something that we're doing. Hey, this is something sweet. Hey, this is a little plug on this product, you know, so we do those scheduled. And I said earlier, we work with Dior on that, and we do. They help, I kind of brainstorm content. And if you haven't read that book, you ask, we answer. It's so good. Basically, it's answering the questions that your customers are asking. How much does a building cost? How much is this? How long is the warranty? I mean, if they ask the question and you answer the question, you automatically are building trust with them. So many people want to be elusive in their bidding process and things like that. And I get it. Competition is hard, but there's enough work for everyone. That's my answer to that. And the free market really helps people be accountable to the customer. We want to turn out quality projects in our community. In fact, Bulldog's motto is, we quite literally and physically are building our community, and we need to build it to last. I sell 40-year product for that reason. It's important. We live in this community, and I want to make sure that my kids, if they go into the store or go to their friend's house that we built, or whatever the situation is, we go ride horses there or do business in this building, you know, whatever the situation is, I want to make sure that it's quality. So we have a set process on how we do things. We allow improvisation from our staff because that's important. Interested in, okay, next question. I'm interested in hiring a salesperson for my business, but I'm not quite ready for that yet. Do I have any basic lead generation and sales tactics I can implement to help sell my construction business? Absolutely. So that's going to be answering the questions that your customers ask. I think if you can get out there with some content of, hey, I build fences. Here's a picture of my fence. Here's another picture of my fence. Here's a satisfied customer. Interview them. Have them write a few little blurbs. If you can't hire a sales position at the moment, I don't know if you're a solopreneur, like literally by yourself, or if your spouse helps you, but if someone can take some of the operational work off of you to allow you more time to get out and meet customers, that's going to be crucial. You, as a salesman, you are a hunter. If you're not out hunting up leads, you're going to starve. There's no Walmart in this business. You've got to work for it. So if you are too busy, too bogged down doing the regular mundane things of ordering this and pricing this and timelining this and on the phone all day, you're not being efficient in your role. So you may need to hire a person, or you may need to find a relative that can assist you in the short time being. I believe that may be all the questions. If you have any more, I'll wait a couple more minutes on that. Okay, this is my resources page. I know I added a couple others in there. I think I added building a story brand. That's who I actually worked with them for my website initially. And then Dior has really helped perfect that. So Dior does a ton for my business. They help in my marketing strategies. They help develop content. They produce my newsletter. You can do this on your own. It's my team is a little larger, so we utilize their services. Let's see. You Ask, They Answer, very good book. Free to Focus by Michael Hyatt. He has several other books. And Profit First. I really didn't go deep into that, but I utilize Profit First for my business. So it's like Dave Ramsey, but with bank accounts instead of envelopes. So I have an income account, and all of my money funnels into the income account. And then a percentage goes into an operating account, an owner's compensation account, a profit account, and a tax account. And then others. We need to create another account for equipment in our business because we have forklifts and scissor lifts and all the things. So we actually decrease money from our operating account and put it into an equipment account. And this is a really quick way to show you how profitable your business is, because if you're having to rob money out of your other accounts, put into your operating account, well, then you obviously have a little bit of a bleed. So this is crucial. This book is probably one of the first books I ever read when I started my business, and it's been a life-changing book for me. I've been utilizing Profit First for probably 6 years now. So highly recommend it. I would love to talk more about it if you ever come to Bulldog, or if you want to put that in the chat, or just send me an email. I'm always available. And let's see. I just want to say thank you all so much for joining me today in Steel School's very first webinar, Building Success for Your Construction Business. Again, I'm Stormy Bradley. I'm the president of Bulldog Steel, located in Big Spring, Texas. Please stay tuned for more updates on our next Steel School webinar and future content. Thank you so much. Have a great day.